Adelaide, episode 112 of This Week in Grip. This is Jedd Johnson from DieselCrew.com. Of course, you know they call me Napalm. I'm once again joined by both the esteemed Alan T. Hynek Esquire and Professor Crowbar himself, James Rederitas. Today, as we near one of the most important competitions of the year, King Kong of Grip, and perhaps the most anticipated installment of this historic competition, we bring you one of the contenders with a rock-solid chance of becoming this year's overall King Kong of Grip, Jesse Pinnonen. Before we get into this in-depth interview with this incredible grip sport competitor, I just wanted to let you know that I stepped out of the dark ages yesterday and put up an Ask Me a Question on my Instagram story. You can go to my Instagram at jedd.diesel and see some of the responses right now. Don't forget, you can support this show by liking the video today. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for notifications of new videos. Comment below to take part in the discussion and share it with your friends who are into grip training. All right, let's get into this, brother. I went to great lengths today to figure out the proper pronunciation of our guest's name. It is indeed something that resembles Jesse Pinnonen. Any other pronunciation that you've heard from North Americans is actually a straight-up butcher job. So no more Jesse, no more Pinnonen up in this piece. Jesse Pinnonen is where it's at. Jesse, thank you for joining us today, brother.
Thanks for having me. And your pronunciation was perfect.
Excellent. Yeah. That's what I want to go for, dude. I'm used to my name being screwed up by foreigners too, so I know what it's like. So thanks for taking the time to go over that with me.
Jedd, how is your name pronounced?
Yeah.
Well, I've had a ton of time over the years working with Spanish speakers, and they often pronounce my name Jedd.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed. All right.
More soft J's.
Mr. Jedd is what I usually
Jedd, you missed it while we were waiting and we were fumbling around with the phone. I was failing miserably at pronouncing Jesse's name. I probably just failed again. And I was saying that in Anchorman, the movie Anchorman, you know, when he's talking about how he's going to go jogging, he says, well, maybe it's a soft J. It might be yogging, you know, when he's going to go with Christina Applegate. So we've established that it is a soft J. That's what it is. And I got the pronunciation of Jesse's name from Riccardo Magni, because when he was on the show, he used to say Jesse Pinnonen. That's what he used to say.
Yes.
So that's where I got it from. That's who I'm blaming.
Me too. And that's I basically used to say the same thing. So you guys, I guess you put faith in the wrong person and you end up pronouncing people's names incorrectly. So But anyway, we have Jesse on, and he is certainly one of the contenders for this year's King Kong of Grip. And in fact, just like an hour ago, Eric Rusain put up a post in the Grip Strength group asking who everyone thought would be the King Kong of Grip this year, and there's already one response that is naming Jesse as the potential winner. So it's definitely something that is a reality. So it's cool to have you on. Jesse, how's the training been going lately? It looks like you're on fire, dude. You're putting up big numbers all over the place.
Yeah, it's been going amazing, and that's what kind of worries me, because now I'm expecting to do pretty well in the King Kong. Like in the past years, I didn't have any pressure on me, basically, but now I know if I have a good day, I think people are going to have a hard time beating me. So most likely I'm just going to bomb out at the flask.
Don't say that. No, but I know what that's like, because I can remember, you know, when I started out arm wrestling, you know, it was like you didn't have much pressure on you. There were certain people who certainly had a target on them, and, you know, when you're not one of those people, it's like you can just go and compete and maybe surprise yourself, but then as you start to become one of those people, and then that person who has the target on your back, it's like, yeah, there's definitely there's other expectations of you on the day of the performance. Yeah. But judging by your recent pinch exploits, I would say that you're the going away favorite on the Flask.
I have to say I've been training only Flask past 6 months or something like that. I've been training for King Kong the past 6 months, so I'm happy it's going to be over in 1 week.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. I'm tired of sitting on that aluminum garbage, so I'm happy to get that out of the gym completely.
And like people who follow me know I've been gaining weight for strongman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I actually broke our bed today, so I'm going to lose some weight after King Kong as well. I'm sitting at like 330 pounds right now, so that's like 150 kilos.
Yeah. Well, how tall are you? Because, I look at you, you don't look like a 330-pound guy. I was thinking more 280-ish.
Yeah. I'm 6'5".
Oh,
holy crap.
That explains it. Yeah. Yeah. That explains it. How long is your hand, anyway?
I think it's like 21 centimeters, something like that.
All right, Alan.
21 and a half.
Quick. Convert that, Alan. We need
Yeah.
What is it, like 9 inches? Something like that?
Big.
Right in that ballpark? It's quite
big.
a bit more than we've got, yeah.
Well, I will say this, that I think Jedd was probably going for the same feat too. For a while, I was so close to being able to pinch the 25-kilogram plates right and left-handed. Like I was so close. But I could never, I got this arthritis in my thumb. I could never get my right to do it, to lock it out. But my thought was, because I was able to farmer's walk the 45-55 combination, that it would be cool to farmer's walk them. And then I guess it was, about 2 months ago, Jesse, when you finally locked out both 25-kilogram plates in each hand?
Yeah, something like that. It took me, because I dislocated my middle finger on my left hand, I was really close back then in March. March. I was really close back then, but I had to go from pinching 2.5 kilos back up to 50 kilos on my left hand after dislocating the middle finger. But I actually just I borrowed the 225s from Joni, so I only had one pair, but I actually just bought another pair of 25s, so I'm going to warmers walk them, hopefully, after King Kong.
Well, you're going to beat me to it, I can tell you that much. By the way, we have 3/9. We have a third of the people in the world that have pinched 255-pound plates on the phone right now, with Alan about to be the 10th, right, Alan? Isn't that happening soon?
Of course. Well, at least it's so rare that happens that it could be a possibility. So unlikely.
Well, I have faith in you, Alan. I don't care what these other guys say. Yeah.
Thanks, James.
So, King Kong aside, what is the next goal for you? I see you've been powerlifting, and I not powerlifting, doing strongman stuff, but I see that you've been benching in the 450s somewhere in pounds. You got a mean overhead press. Are you entering a strongman competition? Jesse?
Yeah, my goal is Finland's Strongest Man next year in April, I think.
Oh, awesome.
So that's my main goal. But
do you know what these
for
are?
grip,
Okay.
not yet.
No. Do you know when do they announce that sort of thing? Do you know?
This year.
Okay.
So,
all right. Very
but
cool.
for grip, my goal is to pinch the 3 20-kilo plates. But like we were talking earlier, Cody had really thin 20-kilo plates, and I only have competitions that are like 3 inches or a bit more together. So it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, but, I think you can do it. I mean, what is your best one-hand pinch? Like total weight, whether it's been with plates or a euro or a flask or whatever it is. What has been the most amount of weight you've pinched?
I've done 60-something kilos on the flask on the King Kong height. I haven't locked it out, but 60 kilos is my best.
Wow. So, I know I don't want to put more pressure on you than there already is, but do you have any predictions about what you'll pull on the flask at King Kong?
I'm only looking for a really good overall result. So 56, 57 kilos is like enough for me. I'm not going to aim that much more because I think that's like top 3 anyway.
Well, I know everyone out there is waiting with bated breath for the answer to the next question, but what do you see yourself pulling on the Dub Hub?
I don't think that's the right pronunciation of the Dub Hub, James.
My starting one is I think, like I said, I'm just looking for
overall.
Like, so 73 pounds, something like that. That's enough, I think.
Okay.
That's enough, all right.
Definitely. I think that would put you, without a doubt, top 5 or 10. I mean, I don't know anything about the Dub Hub, other than what I've seen. And that's. Am I right about this, or am I just kind of pissing in the wind here?
I think 73 kilos. I mean pounds. Yeah, 73 or top 5. What do you think, Jedd?
Yeah, I think that's an excellent pull. If you're in that spot, you're going to finish probably top 5.
How do you grab that hub?
Going by what has been online in videos, I'd say that's a pretty good number to hit.
Yeah, Alan had a really good question just now. I don't know if you guys heard it, but why don't you ask that again, Alan?
Jesse, how do you grasp the hub? What's your grip like on that?
Doorknob style, so cheating. I don't really like the doorknob style, but because it's allowed, I've been training it for 6 months, even though I don't like it.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, all right, that works.
So, I've also noticed that, you've done some pretty amazing thick bar things too. Is cleaning the inch a goal for you?
I think I've done it already. Jedd? Is it
that was an inch?
That was the inch dumbbell, bro.
Yeah.
Was it really? All right. Well, then I'll just shut the hell up. I don't know why I didn't think that was an inch. I thought that was like something that was close to the inch, but wasn't the inch.
No, that was. I believe that was the inch. That was the Grip Monsters inch that you got from UHA, wasn't it? Yes, sir.
No. We have 2-inch replicas, like full size. Oh. That was the lighter one. The Grip Monster inch replica that I'm going to clean someday, soon, hopefully, is 80 kilos or something like that.
Well, there you go. Okay. Well, I'll just You guys call my name if you need me. I'll be over here fucking myself. So.
So did Juha get rid of his inch then? Is he completely done with grip?
I don't think he's completely done, but he just we were dumb enough to pay enough, I guess. So
okay.
Because it's really, really, really hard to get real like replicas in Finland, at least. Same goes for like your gloves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You have to pay at least like $1,000 or something like that for an inch.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jeez. You gotta have somebody over there making those bells. That's what you need. You need somebody making those bells. I got news for you.
You know what really sucks is Steve Slater used to have an international shipper, and we were able to send inch dumbbells overseas, and if you got one, I don't remember what the price to ship it was, but if you got two, it was like $10 more or something like that. And then since then, we lost that shipper, so we're not able to use them anymore, and we're not doing any international shipping now. But Carl Skjelvik from Norway actually bought two at the same time when he bought his, and then I don't know. I think he might have sold one of them to somebody else. I can't remember now, but at least, even though as bad as my memory is, at least I knew that Jesse had cleaned the inch dumbbell already and didn't ask him if he was. That's got to be one of the funniest things that's ever happened on this show, James. I really appreciate that.
Great. Yeah, let's just keep bringing it up. The fact that James fucked up. Can we? Let's add an extra hour to the show talking about James' mistakes. This is great.
Well, if I could just change gears for a minute, another thing that's very, very impressive about Jesse is the fact that he's also been a competitive eater and has like eating challenge videos and stuff like that on his YouTube video. Isn't that right?
Yeah. My secret life. Well, not that secret, but yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. You got like 78 million, viewers, like followers. You got a lot. People like watching you eat.
I got a lot. Yeah, people love watching me eat. That's something I've been doing for like 4 years. I've been competing in US 4 times, I think, and hopefully a lot more in the future as well.
Oh, really? You ever compete at that hot dog eating competition they have? That I don't even know what one that is. It's like that Nathan's hot dogs or whatever. Yeah. You ever try that?
Yep. Well, not really, because that's under. This is completely off topic, but that's Major League of Eating that holds the contest. And if you want to compete in Nathan's, you have to sign a 3-year contract that allows you to compete in Major League of Eating contest only, so you can't compete anywhere else. So where I've been,
I didn't know that. That's
so
crazy.
You are the, Are you like the Joey Chestnuts of Finland? Are you like the best eater in all of the country?
I think I'm the best eater in Europe.
Wow.
At least.
How did you get into that? How did you find your way into that? I also want to know how you found your way into grip later on. But right now, I want to hear about the eating, brother.
They held the eating contest in Finland that, like, the prize was like 1,500 or something like that, and I won it easily. So I continued competing, and I ended up competing in Los Angeles at Dana Point, actually, against Takahiko Bayashi, and Takahiko Bayashi was the all the Nathan's hot dog eating champion, the Japanese guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now the one taco eating contest is like flying me over, paying for my stay and everything for like 6 days in like hotel next to the ocean in LA. So that's the reason I don't want to compete in Major League of Eating, because it's just a really nice holiday once a year for just eating.
Yeah. Free hotel, free meal. Sounds great.
So how do they settle tiebreakers in competitive eating competitions? Do you like play hold pinches for time at the end or something like that?
Well, at least in Nathan's, at least they have a hot, like, I don't know what it's called, but they like 5 or 1 hot dog for time. Something like that. The people.
All right, interesting.
But there's rarely any ties in eating.
Okay.
Yeah, I always wondered about the competitive eating thing, just because it's like, you know, I eat 2 burgers, and I feel awful for a couple of days. You know, I just feel just absolutely terrible. You know, what comes out of me leaves an exit wound, especially if there's something spicy on the burgers. Like, how do you eat all that food and then digest? Like, where does it go, and how do you digest?
Well, you're able to eat that much food because you, like, it actually takes a lot of training to be able to do that with, like, liquid and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I think, like, Joey Chestnut, he can do, like, 4 gallons of water in maybe 5 minutes, I'd guess.
Oh, my gosh. My gums would be floating. I'm just saying.
That doesn't sound fun. I would think, like, you know, going to eat at a buffet and taking it out instead of just, you know, becoming a lard ass, you could just call it training. I like that idea.
Well, you know,
but chugging water doesn't sound fun.
No, a lot of what I'm asking him for is because I want Pork Chop to enter competitive eating, and Jason. So if I can get some you know, input from Jesse here about how to train for this sort of thing.
Can you reword that last sentence a little bit? That sounded a little questionable. You want him to enter competitive eating and Jason? You want both of those guys?
Well, ideally, both would be fantastic. Sure. No. Jason already judges like barbecue contests and stuff. He's like certified to do it. And I've never seen another human being other than on TV eat as much as Pork Chop. So I would like to see the 2 of them enter eating contests in the future. I'm looking for a little input on training from Jesse, and he's telling us about drinking water. So that's, you know, what I'm saying is we're heading in a good direction. And Jedd, you had to totally put your mind in the gutter there. You know, totally. Like, I heard you guys laughing. What was the guy's name? Johnny Depp or something? And Aaron's brain was in the right place. Jedd,
yes, it was.
He went and he took it somewhere so dark. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Before I was so rudely interrupted by Jedd's sexual innuendo, yes, any other input on training for competitive eating?
I think the most important, like, thing is your stomach capacity, and only way to basically train it is either using liquid only, or just like food and eating as much as you can, and just drinking a lot of water on top of that. Like, you have to be in pain every single day from eating.
That sounds like fun.
Or drinking water. Yeah, it's not fun, but competing is fun, for me at least.
Yeah. Gosh. I guess that makes sense why people like Yoshi are so thin, or Joey Chestnut are so thin, because if they're just drinking water, you know, it's not like they're going to add a bunch of calories, you know? So they're just sort of increasing the capacity of their stomach. That's interesting. I never knew that.
And, well, I don't recommend anyone to do that because you can actually die from drinking too much water as well.
Yes, you can. Yep.
Water toxicity, yeah.
Yep.
You have to be smart about it.
Yeah.
Well, I have one more quick question for you about the competitive eating. So you mentioned you don't do the that hot dog eating competition, but the day that goes down, do you like sit at home and grill up a bunch of dogs and like videotape yourself eating them just so you could show you did more than the world champ?
No, but I actually I follow it because the eating circuit is so small that I know most of the guys competing there as well on a like personal level.
Okay.
So, but I really want to compete there because I know so many guys who compete there as well, and it's like it would be a really nice experience to like. It's the biggest eating contest in the world, 10 nations eating contest. So hopefully I'll be maybe next year.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
So do you do any like local ones where you go to restaurants that have like their own challenges, where if you eat like 10 pounds of food in such a period of time, it's free? Or are you more like a big competition type?
I mostly enjoy competing, but like for YouTube, I do food challenges at the restaurant, homemade challenges, and stuff like that, just to have fun.
Sure. Yeah, around here we have things like that where, people have like, 2-pound burritos or something like that. If you eat the thing in, 10 minutes, it's free and you get your picture on a wall or something. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, I have a question. Would you say that the competitive eating circuit is larger, or would you say the grip training community is larger? Which one?
I'd say there's a lot more people competing in grip compared to eating, at least on like semi-professional level or like taking it really seriously. Because I honestly think that not only is competitive eating really like stupid, but it's also like really, really hard to train.
Yeah. You must be a glutton for punishment, my friend. When did you know that you were strong? Were you involved in sports and stuff when you were younger?
Well, I played soccer when I was younger, and I think when I was like 14 or 13, I benched 220 in pounds. So, and that was basically without any training.
Yeah,
I've always been pretty big, so I was 220 when I was 13 years old. So I've been pretty strong always, but I started training maybe 10 years ago when I was 17, and I got in the grip like 4 years ago when I met Henry Hermola, who I am training with, and we have the gym together right now. And then I met Juha Harju 4 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And it didn't take me that long to lift the inch either. I think I got it. I got some air under it the first time.
Oh wow! Very cool. So, is there? Do you have sort of like an ultimate sort of grip goal, or is it just just keep going, keep getting stronger?
I think it's just keep going, keep getting stronger. At some point, I was like, the goal was to clean the inch, but yeah, when you achieve a goal, there's no celebration, no nothing. Like when I cleaned the inch, it was just me and Henry, my girlfriend didn't care at all that I cleaned the sink. No one cares that
I know how that goes, trust me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know exactly how that goes. Hey, by the way, honey, I just, I just did a world-class feat of strength. And it's like, okay, sweetie, that's great. You want me to make some coffee? That's it. That's what we get. We get no love. It's like competitive eating. You go through all of this pain and there's no payoff. You either get a stomach ache in competitive eating, or in grip. You just get no love. It's the loveless, cold, barren place. But we love it because we're somewhat masochistic, I guess. So Finland's strongest man, is that something that you think is in your purview? Do you think that you'll be sort of at the top? Do you know what your competition will be? Like who will be your toughest competitors?
Yeah, I think I have a thought that top 3. That's my goal for the next year, depending on how it goes. And if I want to stay fat as I am, I can maybe someday do number 1. But it's not fun being 330.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I'm obviously nowhere near your height, but I got up during the summer. I got up to like in the mid 240s, and that was by far the heaviest I've ever been. And it's not fun. It's not fun being above the weight that you're meant to be, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I get that. I definitely understand that. Any other athletic endeavors that you want to engage in the future? Any other feats of strength or anything else that you look at that might be outside of the world of grip or strongman?
Well, my goal is to hit 200 kilos of 440 pull-up in a contest as well. That's like my body weight and added weight, so it's not that much for me, but it's never been done in Finland at least. So that's my goal. I know I can do it already. I'm just looking for the next contest to get it like certified or official.
Yes, that's an excellent topic that you just mentioned, the pull-up body weight plus weight pull-ups. Isn't that a pretty fairly commonly contested lift in Finland? It seems like I've seen a lot of videos and a lot of different competitors trying that in competition.
Yeah. It's growing every year.
Yeah. Also the dip, body weight plus weight dip, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dip is...
I remember seeing that back in like 2007 on YouTube. I remember seeing that. I think it might have been you, you that put those videos up, and then he also incorporated that into the Grip Monsters Challenge. I think in 2015 or 2016, the dip plus weight, and those were a lot of fun. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you said your goal is what, 440 total? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done it in training a couple of times already, but like for grip and anything else, basically only competition results matter to me. Like I don't care what you do at your own gym if it's not some kind of feat or something like that.
I agree. I like that train of thought, because otherwise you end up with everyone and their brother claiming that they own world records. And I've always thought that a world record should be something that is done in competition so that there's actual pressure. You've got to prepare. You've got to be mentally ready. There's so many other factors that go into actually having to show up for a competition rather than just strolling down into your own garage and doing a lift on something you might have been specializing in for the last 4 months or something like that, or something that just came out and you're the first person to really go heavy on it, and now you've got a world record. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion. I'm pretty opinionated these days, and not everybody agrees with me. That's fine. What about, Jesse, when I first started grip training, it was probably 2002 that I first started really seriously, okay? And I would say in 2003, every chance I got, I would research on the internet websites on grip training, hand strength training, grippers, all that stuff, old-time strongman. And I found a website that was a Finnish website, and it was one of the first, it looked like a personally owned website dedicated to grip training, and it was one of only a handful that were out there. Do you have any idea who might have run that website?
Sounds like Rautakouha, Kimmo. I need to search his name real quick, but I think you're talking about Kimmo Kokko, maybe.
Okay, all right, that's possible. And I think I remember seeing the name before. What
was the name of it, Jedd?
Well, I remember. I'm gonna pronounce this word as best as I can. Jesse, I don't know if it's correct or not, but I remember seeing something like Rautakouha.
Yeah, that was the name that Jesse pronounced was correct. I won't try it myself, but that is the one responsible for that.
Cool. All right. So
yeah.
Back then, it really left an impression on me back then, because the implements that were being used were not they weren't Rolling Thunder and Pinch Block and all the Iron Mind equipment. It looked like all homemade equipment, and I distinctly remember two things. One, it looked like they had a doorknob welded onto some kind of an iron block, and also in the close-up pictures of all the hands of the lifters, they were riddled with calluses. The most bizarre calluses I've ever seen.
He struck me as like a pipe fitter type in looking at some of the things that he used, or somebody that was working with heavy metal things like bridge building or something like that, because he had very large nuts welded to things and things that looked like pipe caps on stuff. And he looked like somebody that was in some sort of the metal trades, and not I'm talking large metal trades. Especially judging by some of the chunks of some of the objects he was using. A lot of his weights were fixed. They were just large hunks of metal, with something connected to them, permanently.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Yes.
We're talking about the same one. It wasn't.
So he was a metal, metal industry, scrap metaling, something like that. He had access to big, heavy hunks of steel, like we wish grip guys around here would have, step into a junkyard, it'd be like a toy store for us, with that kind of metal laying around. And he clearly had very regular access to that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think Rautakouha has been, I know him. He's still holding the Rautakouha contest, which is a grip contest held with those, his own implements that are fixed weight. So he's been holding those contests since 90s or something like that.
Yeah.
Which has never really grew, because it's the fixed implement. No one else has those except for him. So it's not going to grow from that, I think.
Right.
Yeah, they're one-offs. Yeah.
That's cool, Alan. I don't know that you and I have ever talked about that website before, but it's cool that apparently you had seen it too.
Yeah, I follow him. He's got some. It's really cool stuff. Obviously limited with how it works. That it's fixed weight, But I imagine being that it's like tailored for him and the people he's training with, or however that works, it's still probably pretty freaking heavy, you know, that most people aren't just going to step in and pick it up, you know. But it was really cool stuff that he had, you know. I mean, I can imagine he's just got just a ton of stuff, you know, where we'd have like a loading pin and just be adding weights to it. All his weight is, I mean, he must have tons and tons, you know, sitting there in one form or another. So.
That's rugged. That's pretty rugged. I like that.
But James laughed when I said, like, nuts welded to things. So, James, what were you thinking I was talking about?
Nothing. Why would you assume that I have the mind of a 12-year-old when it comes to that?
I had to say something.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
So, hey,
one of them looked like a real thick shaft.
Oh, stop it. You know, it's hard for me because it's like, you know, I mean, I work in a profession where I'm working with people who, you know, they're going through something that's like often terrible in their life, and then they'll say something and it's like a perfect that's what she said moment. And I have to go completely deadpan, you know. I have to keep like neutral therapist face, and behind that face, I'm like, oh my gosh, the 12-year-old wants to jump out, but then, you know, I'd probably get sued or, you know, lose my license or something in the long run. So I don't do that, you know. So
yeah, you got to be careful with that, definitely.
Yeah. So hey, you know what I wanted to talk about was Sam Parker's 220-kilogram plate pinch and clean, because I mean I don't know if you guys have ever done that with like plates before. Like, I mean, I was able to do with 5 10-pound plates, and did it with like 25s, like, you know, not kilograms, pound plates and stuff, just messing with it and stuff, but never even came close to even thinking about doing that with 44 or 45-pound plates, even though I was doing high pulls with them for a while. Have any of you guys ever tried anything like that, including Jesse? Have you ever tried doing a pinch clean with 2 20-kilogram plates?
I have, actually, maybe a month ago or something like that, but it was a bit too dangerous to do just before King Kong, basically.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to... Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I should be able to do it after King Kong, hopefully, but it's super, super impressive. I think the hardest part is holding weights when you get them up. The clean part is easy, I think.
Well, yeah, I would think that plate would be pulling against your thumb so hard, trying to come back towards your head. You know what I mean? It's like, does that make sense? If you had them cleaned there, that the plate that is closest to your face, where your thumb is, would want to, like, you know, I don't know, open it up and crack you in the jaw?
I know exactly what that would be an interesting way of training that, wouldn't it? Even if you held them in that position and let your thumb try to support the weight that way. Yeah. I bet that would spur some cool gains for you. I
would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a leverage against their thumb like you wouldn't have seen just doing a standard, you know, deadlift off the ground with it, for example.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was thinking about too, because that might actually help your overall pinch, is what I was thinking.
I would think it would.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would see some serious growth. I mean, that's at least the way my mind works on it anyway.
Well, that was some freak show stuff for sure. But I guess Jesse will be doing it after King Kong, correct?
Actually, Sam is going to Finland next month, like in 3 weeks or something like that. He's going to visit our gym as well.
Oh, cool. Very cool. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
You have to get some video footage, man. You have to definitely put some footage up. That'll be interesting to see what you guys are able to do.
Yeah, because I really think Sam will be able to pinch 2 25-kilogram plates. When I spoke with him, just kind of going back and forth on Facebook, he was saying that he hasn't had a chance to get his hands on a pair of 2 25-kilogram plates that, are a good width and have good texture. Like, the only ones he's been able to grip up with have been very thin, I guess. Like very narrow plates, too narrow for his pinch or out of his wheelhouse kind of thing. So I predict Sam will do that at your gym.
Yeah, he should be. He should be able to do it.
Yeah.
Have you tried it to clean, Jedd?
I don't think I've ever tried that. I've done 225s and maybe I've done 3 25-pounders as a clean. But I don't think I've ever gone up any higher than that. Luke did the 235s, what was it, at Gripmas in December. They were they were the competition plates that Paul Knight owns. And it was the night before the contest, so I don't do that kind of stuff the night before contest, so I didn't even try. But he made it look super easy. But no, I don't. I don't think I've ever tried anything that heavy to try to clean it, just because of the injury risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm injury prone. I try that stuff and it bites me, so I'll end up cranking too hard on it and hurting an elbow. I'm still dealing with an elbow injury from living Ed Legends from Zimmer. So
that's the kind of injury you're talking about. When I think of that, I think of the plate splashing down and like cranking something that way is what I had in mind.
Oh yeah.
Well,
like busting up an ankle or shearing a toe off. That's the kind of thing I think of right away. Not like the injury to like fingers or soft tissue that way.
Yeah, I think more about like fractured jaw and drinking your food through a straw for the next 3 months.
Yeah,
Not good for Jesse either, because he's got to competitively eat. He can't break his jaw like cleaning plates.
No competitive applesauce eating competitions.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So speaking of your buddy Luke, well, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No.
Speaking of Luke, I saw him pull that 200-pound anvil so many times that I fell asleep. What is going on with that dude? He's turning into an absolute break.
I'm telling you, man. He's going over to. He's probably in Dubai now. He left last night.
Okay.
I think you never know with the climate how things are going to feel in Dubai, and we're kind of wondering, is there going to be enough humidity to get things to chalk properly, stuff like that.
Sure, it's going to be hot and dry.
I think with the right equipment, this will be the contest where he beats me in the overall. I really do. He's really doing well, and he's constantly over 240 on the little bighorn, and sometimes even higher, and he reps the 240 plus out. So, but that vertical support grip, vertical bar, anvil horn type lifting, man, he is just so good on all that stuff. It's really mind blowing and frustrating at the same time, because I'm standing right there watching him do it, and he explains to me what is going on, and I still can't do it. Now, I was actually able to pick that 200-pounder up once or maybe twice to full lockout, and then I was already spent. So his endurance, the endurance factor is just insane with him, just insane. So I don't know what's up with that guy, man. He's crazy.
Must be the gummy bears.
Man, if I see him eat another bag of those in my lifetime, I'm gonna be sick.
Is that a thing? Has he progressed on from like the Bang energy drink and finally went to something with some decent taste?
Dude, he don't mess with those anymore. He's straight to the, what are those called? What are those gummy bears called? It's a special kind. It's like a foreign name.
Is it Haribo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
he's become like a gummy bear snob. He won't even.
So he's been watching a lot of Jim Stepani Jr. videos then, scarfing down the Haribo gummy bears. That's his thing, I think. Yeah. Luke's gonna get all tatted up pretty soon then too, I imagine.
I don't know about that. He's got so many cats. Dude. I don't think he's got any spare money laying around for tattoos. Come on. I don't know. He's got like 18 cats in his house. Just threw a dog in there to try to eat some of them to get some of them out of there.
Really?
Does he really have 18 cats, or is that a little bit of hyperbole?
Sorry, I didn't hear what your question was.
Does he really have 18 cats, or are you exaggerating?
Well, you keep breaking up there, James. I don't know what you're talking about there. So,
God damn it!
Does he go by mice by like the bagful then to keep the cats in training and stuff, or?
Yeah, they're really athletic cats. He's developing their vertical bar grip as well. No, I was kidding with the 18 cats. I think he's got like 5 or 7, something like that.
Okay.
Prime number. He likes to keep it a prime number, the number of cats that he has.
Yeah.
Divisible only by 1 and 5.
He's going to be like one of those old ladies.
One in
itself. Yeah. So that means next time he's going to have to get 4 more then, right? Take it all the way up to 11.
11. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy.
Oh man.
Well, now it's out there.
Maybe that's the secret, man. All the pet dander that he's breathing into his penises. Maybe that's turning into some kind of like freaky testosterone smoothie or something.
Oh man. All right.
Jedd, when are you going to do your last grip workout before King Kong?
I've done my last heavy grip workout already, dude. I went down Saturday and it was probably the most frustrating workout I've done. And I don't think I'm going to bother doing another one. I'll probably do like a couple light full body workouts like chest, back, shoulders, and a leg workout. But no, I don't think it's worth doing another grip workout at this point, dude, because I almost tore my thumb open on the flask on Saturday. So I don't think I'm going to test my skin any further. I think I'm just going to let it go.
Damn. I've never had any like skin tearing problems on the flask or any other device.
Well, that's eye-opening.
Lucky you.
That's really eye-opening. I didn't expect to hear you come on here and brag. That's very, very rude of you. all three of the people on the call besides you, Jesse, are extremely even more jealous of you now. So thanks a lot for throwing that in there right at the end. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I always feel like I can train my pinch so far beyond what my skin will allow. And I know other than Jesse, I think the other two will certainly be able to relate to that, I think. Would you guys
no
agree
worries about it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man. I mean, I think it's been a pleasure having Jesse on. It's cool to hear. You got a pretty interesting life, man. You got a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
I appreciate you coming on. And if your competitive eating travels ever bring you to the Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey area, then that's basically a 3 to 4 hour drive up to Wyalusing, Pennsylvania. So get your ass up here, and I'll show you how to tear those thumbs up.
I think I'll be in New York next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
You said you're going to be in New York?
Well, most likely, because like for YouTube, it's really good to travel as well, to make me videos and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, very cool.
Well, Jedd, you'd have to make you'd have to make 10 gallons of your famous chili. That'd make for a neat flight home for Jesse or Jesse. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. It'll be. I'll have my wife whip up the same concoction that she made when Juju Mufu and Tom came over. So.
Sure. The colon blow version.
Yeah. Colon blow. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. Anything you want to tell everybody before we let you go, brother? Or do you want to let us know about your YouTube channel, your Instagram, stuff like that?
Well, if you're interested in like strongman eating stuff, you can find me on Instagram. It's Jesse Pinnonen. I don't know how that's pronounced in English, but I do stuff in Finnish as well on Instagram as well. I think the trip is growing a lot in Finland and all around the world, so I hope everyone is competing in Finland, in King Kong, including James and Alan. So, Alan, how do you pronounce your name, by the way? Alan?
Alan, yep.
Alan, yeah. Sorry.
Don't bother trying to pronounce my last name.
Do you plan on going again in March of 2020?
For the Arnold, I don't think so because of the events. I think they should include a beans event there. It's only thick bar and silver bullet. That's what I like. I think every contest should have overall title, and like events should be spread around like all across grip, including like beans, thick bar, and other events as well. Not just thick bar.
Yeah, to test like a more well-rounded athlete is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's the 2 thick bars and a silver bullet is kind of a drag. I agree. I definitely agree with you.
Yep.
So cool, man. Well, I know, Alan, you got to go, so why don't you, the show's yours, brother. Why don't you run with it?
All right, everybody. Well, that is it for This Week in Grip. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. And hopefully we'll be back next Sunday with a King Kong recap. We'll see you then.